Last night I watched the season premiere, episodes 1 and 2 of FX on Hulu, Alien Earth. And it is so much worse than you could ever have expected. This is going to be an unhinged rant. I'm going to really need to power my way into this one, guys. So our show starts off aping Alien, the 1979 masterpiece. Why wouldn't you, right? I mean, they do this every time they want to say this takes place around Alien. Let's just have all the same opening shots. We have the same look on the ship, the mother computer room. Even though we're saying that this is a research vessel and not space truckers, okay. How else does our show differentiate itself early on? Well, imagine the opening of Alien, but instead of this like ponderous mood-setting tone, you have ADHD streaming modern audience second screen consideration. Oh, okay, well, we gotta speed this up. We gotta get these guys out of their freezerinos quicker. We've got to have them sit around and do the little chit-chat after they've unfrozen, but they're explicitly going to lay out how there are, 4 or 5 companies that control the world, even though we had a title crawl that kind of went into this, or could have. No, we're going to have an opening scene that kind of tries to introduce some basic characters, kills them off the next time we see them, with only one surviving. His name's Moreau, and he's a cyborg. We've established here that we don't just have the artificial persons, we have people, we have cyborgs, and then we have an effort to try to put souls, minds, inside synthetic bodies. But our cyborg guy didn't get the memo because he acts like the T-1000. When cyborgs in this are supposed to be enhanced humans, as far as we know, he has a special hand that can do a little bit of Terminator 3 shit. He throws a blowtorch out of it, whatever else. It's so bizarre for so many more reasons I'm going to have to lay into. But we wasted a whole introduction, and that's the name of the game with this series and with so many streaming series, because when you sit back and dissect them, you can really see how all of these season-long arcs are movies expanded into an 8-episode show. And that's what we have here. There is so much filler shit that just bogs this down and introduces plots for the hell of it. So very much. I might even forget to get into some of it here because I'm just going completely off the cuff stream of consciousness. So Moreau crashes the ship on Earth. All right. What else is happening on Earth? Well, this boy genius trillionaire, he has an island they're calling Neverland. And they are going way too hard with this Peter Pan thing. We got a cancer girl. She's volunteering to be the first person, the first hybrid person swap over into a synthetic. And that seems okay. We will probably later learn that this guy purposely gave her cancer so that he could, there's always some kind of out like that so that the bad guys are the bad guys. Irredeemable, unforgivable. And while they're doing this, she's watching Peter Pan on the screen above, and that she looks like a Wendy, and they lean too hard with this. They name all the kids, all the cancer kids that they give these super buffed out, never age, run really fast, lightning reflex bodies. They named, do you want to be Toodles, for Christ's sake? She sees that her bro, who is protected by the plot armor of the gods, she sees that her bro is in town, or rather a city, where he is attending to this space shuttle crash. So, the ship crashes into a building. Doesn't knock it down. Wendy and the Lost Boys volunteer to go in. Great idea, sending your child androids who are playing with paper planes, giving each other wet willies. They're going on a search and rescue mission. Because why not, right? You already have a team in the area that you're not really communicating with that has plot armor bro, and he's a medic. And you'll notice that we have red shirts on this series, and they wear black helmets. If you wear a black helmet and you are part of the black helmet squad and you went in this building, you're getting laid out by a xenomorph, because that's what was attacking and took the ship down. Screw that we tried to set up that this was going to happen, and we seem to have flash forwards early on about how this ship was going to crash. By the way, the ship, I'm calling it the Maggot. If this was a movie, we wouldn't have done this. The ship would have just simply crashed, and we would have discovered why through the eyes of the Lost Boys. In fact, it probably would have just crashed near their island instead of having to take a future jump jet a day to get there. More streaming padding. Or we would have just brought alien samples to the island, and they would have been on Earth. And then we wouldn't have to strain credulity to try to be like, well, why, huh? Well, that's convenient. Oh, and he's in town? It wouldn't have to have gone that way. We could have actually explored this Neverland Island, seen all the Michael Jackson paraphernalia. They could have listened to Beat It, Smooth Criminal, did the dance, lean forward. They could have done all this shit that we could have had room to grow characters, because that's what you do on a show. Shows are supposed to be character driven. You spend a lot of time with them, but instead we have movie plots forced into 8 episodes, and then you're probably going to wait 3 years for season 2, because why not, right? So they get to the damn building, they're going inside, a xenomorph is tearing shit up. Flower bug thing that hasn't done much yet. There's an eyeball creature. And our Lost Boys, who we are assuming have the same capabilities as Wendy, struggle session with it. They don't have lightning reflexes on display here. It's a complete joke. And too much of the tone is all over the damn joint, guys. The tone is leaning far more comedy than you could have anticipated. We have so very damn many. The show has 85 too many cross-dissolve double exposures, trying to show you what people are thinking of. These are things that were not incorporated in the Alien movies, so it seems weird having them here. Suddenly we have bullet time in AVP. Oh, well, does that mean we can always do slow motion now? You don't have flashbacks in Star Wars. So when you have a new Star Wars movie come out and it's flashback heavy, then it's like, well, that seems odd. Oh, it's going to get more odd. Oh, it is. We have Timothy Oliphant here. He's a synthetic. My thinking is long-term, we have to have the Lost Boys rise up against the Boy Genius, and the synthetic is going to be on the team he's programmed for, the Boy Genius. So I'm expecting him long-term to be some kind of villain. One guy survived this crash, right? This Moreau. He's going around setting traps for people. They're getting infected and stuff. What is he, the evil science officer? He acts more like an android than Ash. But we have people getting torn up, and it's kind of funny in a way. There's a lot of CGI getting torn up here, and the effects are not terrible. The way this is shot doesn't look the worst, but there's a lot of times where it is in softer focus than maybe it should be. But we have contemporary music also playing. We got, they're in this third world country. We got to have some Bad Bunny type Latin rap going that can loop forever. That doesn't seem to go anywhere in the song. You just plays it, whatever. Strikes me as weird. Oh, well, we got to show that rich people are bad. How do we do that? Hey, there's a building that needs to be evacuated, but some douchebags are having a French Revolution party. They're dressed up like Amadeus over here, and if the place was really on fire, booby, the Boy Genius would have told me himself, because we're part of the same club. Toodaloo. What happens to them? Fodder to get torn up by a xenomorph. The xenomorph acts quick here. We don't see it fostering any kind of mummification against the walls for the egg face hugger. It just rips people like room full of people dead. The ultimate weapon. It just It could have handled the damn Avengers as fast as this thing was acting. A lot of this off camera because it's expensive tearing up bodies. But there's plenty of gore laying about. I like the fact that we do have some practical creature effects. Getting pretty rare to see that. Hell, I've seen people toting that they have real CGI instead of AI doing it in places. But yeah, sometimes the Xenomorphs, they're doing some CGI stuff here. It's weird that we have plot armor medic guy. He's roped into this situation, plot armor bro. And when he survives an encounter with the Xenomorph again, and Moreau knocks him out with some electric bolt from afar, cattle prod with distance. He gets up and he looks around in the rich people's house and they have a Reggie Jackson home run number 3 from the World Series baseball. And he goes into this big memory dive with that. So you're telling me, this being in the future, you and your dad watched sports highlights from way the hell long time ago? From like, what, 60 years, 80 years back? For reasons? Who does that? Oh, but it's important because then when he runs across his sister, Wendy, played by Kyle Chandler's daughter, who I think is giving the best performance here. However, she does occasionally seem to be directed to act like she's 5 instead of 12. She doesn't quite have it all together here. I don't really blame her for that. She's very expressive with the eyes and looks on in wonderment and things, and some of it works, some of it doesn't. But they meet and she convinces him that, hey, I'm actually your sister. Okay, so I got swapped into this older body, but I have a really cool haircut and all this. And he believes it because they're able to reflect on some memories and they talk about Ice Age because we're plugging Ice Age a lot here. If that's not available for streaming on Hulu, then we have a problem. As the second episode's wrapping up, we encounter some eggs. Now, I hate what Romulus did with this, where the egg laser I was okay with. Seriously. It looked cool in the 79 film. It looked to me like a feature of the Space Jockey's ship. That maybe, okay, we were transporting these eggs, had an issue, one got out, something, we did something with one, we took it away from the laser membrane and it went loose, took out Space Jockeys, whatever, okay? But at least we still had this barrier keeping the others at bay. From Romulus, now it's like this laser is deployed by the Xenomorphs. They don't have technology. Are they eventually going to get their own faster than light travel ships? Like, I don't like it at all. And now we have the blue laser here. Just as it looks like we're going to get face hugger on plot armor bro, he gets whisked away by Xenomorph instead. And then I suppose Wendy's going to go after him in episode 3. Cue hard rock music. That's right. In our alien-derived streaming series, we cap each episode off with rock music, like heavy metal, 9 Inch Nails sort of stuff. It's things that don't fit with the brand at all. And what does that make me think of when we start playing very disconnected rock music from our time, or 30 years back or the like, at the end of a streaming series? It makes me think of Disney Plus's Willow. Now, you don't know that because nobody watched it and it has been memory hold. But every episode in our fantasy world of years past or wherever the hell, do you want to watch something that takes place in Middle Earth and then ends with stabbing westward during the credits? They thought this was cool and edgy. Good Lord, this was bad. There is not nearly enough kinda good happening here. And what you can piece together seems like you're going to be able to figure out in the episodes to come, in the seasons to come. What can we do with these characters? We have like a horror film, but we can't kill off any main people soon. So we just find some NPCs over here, put in powdered wigs and helmets, and they have to take the fall. Because what else are they going to do? And it's so weird how we have these hardened badasses, right? Like, they're not quite colonial marines, but man, we found the pudgiest people sitting around craft services to play these glorified extra roles. Like, seriously. I haven't worked out hard since 2017. I haven't had a gym membership, but I can still kind of go. I can do 40 pull-ups a day, which is more than this whole battalion could do together. It was horrible. Other thing, just little things don't make sense. So like Moreau, he's kind of, I don't know, studying the xenomorph. He's working for Weyland Yutani. They're up against the boy prodigy trillionaire kids company, and so everybody's vying for the xenomorph, I guess. He sprays like this goo on the knocked out xenomorph. And when you spray a goo over something and it CGI hardens up and it makes like this sack, it didn't get under it. So he walks away with it, but it never wrapped around. So he shouldn't have like a full body bag to drag. And I don't care that he has one cyborg arm, because fact of the matter is, the xenomorph weighs a hell of a lot more than you do. You're going to at least struggle to drag it, but our show does not care, and neither do I. So, I hope you now understand why FX on Hulu, Alien Earth, sucks.
Hey, this is Vaughn's mom, and well, he's doing channel memberships now, and they're really cheap, like his videos.